Hi, everyone. Happy Disability Pride Month. My name is Nico Meyering. I use he, him pronouns. And for a visual description, I'm a white man with blonde hair, dark glasses, and a light blue shirt seated in front of a purple wall. And I'm joined today by Shameka Andrews. Shameka, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Shameka Andrews, and my pronouns are she and her. And my visual description is I am an African-American woman with a purple head wrap and a purple dress and dark glasses. And my background is a blurred background.
Wonderful. Thank you for joining me today. Shameka, what does disability pride mean to you?
Disability pride means to me is living with your disability out loud, being proud of who you are and all that you are, and being proud of that and everything it stands for.
That was very succinct. I love it. I love it because I haven't heard someone say living out loud with your disability before, which ultimately gets to the very heart of the issue, not having to be ashamed because we are disabled and realizing that there is no shame in disability and that there never was. Those of us that carried shame, that was never ours to bear. That's something that I had to work really hard to realize early on in life. Thank you. Shameka, what is one thing you want non-disabled people to know about disability life?
Disability life is, or can be, a full-time job. It's, and I think non-disabled people, I was having a conversation with somebody about this earlier, is, often non-disabled people will invite me somewhere or invite me to do something or say they want me to be a part of something, but they really have no idea what it takes for that to happen. And I think, there are a lot of people, non-disabled people, that are so quick to say they want inclusion and they want to stand for inclusion, but they really have no clue as to what that really means. That it just sounds nice, but they don't really know what they need to do to make that happen and to support that.
Sure, I hear you when you say that wanting inclusion is really nice in a general sense, and it's a really good first step, to be fair. But then you have to put that into practice and you have to realize what that looks like day in and day out. And that requires commitment to the ideal, which some people tend to drop off with.
Exactly. They think it's like this, cute little thing. It's as simple as, saying that they want it, but it's like, I've had people, I was just telling you stories about how, somebody invited me to speak somewhere, and, we had probably a good 2-hour conversation about what I needed and how I needed it and whatever. And I got there to the place, and the place had a step up into where she wanted me to speak. And she's like, oh, well, we have these boards, these wooden boards over here, so we can just put them together and then you can drive up them and get up the step. And I'm like, I'm looking at her, I'm like, no, that's that's not the way it works. And no, when we had like a close to 2-hour conversation, you should have told me there was a step, and I could have told you before I took a bus here 1 hour from my house that wasn't going to happen. So it's like stuff like that.
I'm really sorry. It sounds like you had a really great opportunity and you had to let that go because someone didn't think within a 2-hour time span in which it would logically come up that there was this one step that was such a barrier.
Right. And unfortunately, that's not the only time that's ever happened. But as I said, people very often, they put out invitations and they really have no clue as to what they need to do to make it happen.
Shameka, what are some lessons that being disabled has taught you?
Well, being disabled has taught me great patience. It has taught me the true meaning of community and of family. That family isn't always people that you're related to. Yeah, I think those are the two big things. It's taught me about patience, about community, and about compromise.
Okay. I really like what you said about learning about patience and community as a result of your disabled experience. I know that I find a lot of strength in community, and especially with the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, when I kind of moved into more general disability advocacy from instead just focusing on my own disability, being around other disabled people and being able to talk with them has really opened my eyes and really helped elevate my idea of what a successful and healthy life looks like. I really find that a lot of us do have that family of choice or found family or whatever you want to call that phenomenon. While we might not always be able to connect with our able-bodied family relatives, we have other strong bonds within the disability community.
Yes, definitely. And I think really, I agree with you that this pandemic really has brought that to light for a lot of people. I know for me, I have been able to connect with an online community of people with disabilities from all over the world. And we have basically been a community that gets together online several times a week, several times a day, several times a week throughout the last 3 years. So we get together on Zoom and we celebrate each other's birthdays, and we do movie nights and game nights. And actually tonight I'm getting together with them and we play bingo on Friday night. So this, they have been one of my many communities online, and it's one of the positives that the pandemic has brought into my life, to be able to connect with all of them and, to, actually enjoy myself in the midst of everything that might be going on in the world around me, around us. Yeah, so that's really been a blessing to have them, those people that I can connect with every week.
Finally, what is one thing that you've had to unlearn as a result of being disabled?
That I don't owe anybody anything.
Okay.
I don't owe anybody, I don't owe people anything just because we may have the same last name, or because they feel that I need to give them my time because I have a disability, or they see me walking down the street and people feel that it's okay to stop me in every, instance, that it's okay to say no, and put up those boundaries. Yeah, so that I think that's the thing that is, it's okay to have boundaries, that I had to unlearn that boundaries were not a bad thing, and that I didn't have to say, yes to everything, that I could say no. And unlearning that, thinking that I had that people had more control over me than I had of myself.
You know, the fact is that no is a complete sentence. And this is something I'm still trying to learn myself. I'm a people pleaser in recovery, as I like to say.
It is a very difficult lesson to learn or unlearn, however you look at it, because I think we are so dependent in a lot of cases on
Mhm.
other people, that we don't feel that we have the right to say, I'm sorry, this doesn't work for me, or no, I'm not okay with that. And yeah, it is a daily lesson, um, you know, that I have to relearn and relearn and relearn, because we're allowed to have boundaries, even if it's with somebody that's supposed to be supporting us or helping us with our daily activities. We're allowed to have boundaries with those people, and even if they are related to us.
Mhm.
I mean, that was a very hard thing for me to tell, people that I love, my family, my relatives, to put boundaries in those relationships, because you're allowed to have those boundaries, even with the people that you love and that you care about.
Absolutely. Shameka, it has been a wonderful time speaking with you today. Do you have any last thoughts you want to share? And where can people find you online?
I just want to say happy Disability Pride for people. Get out there, enjoy yourself, explore your communities the best way that works for you. And you can find me online, and I'm on Facebook at Shameka Andrews. And then I'm also on Instagram as Disability Empowered.
I love it. All right. Shameka, thank you for your time and have a great rest of your weekend.
Thank you.
All right.